I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is.
And guess what? You'd be 100% correct in assuming that. Because we're done. We're walking away. You see, we've adopted what women have been preaching for the last 50 years. We don't need women. We can take care of ourselves. There's nothing to be gained by being in a relationship. So after 50 years of hearing that used against us, now we've adopted it. And all of a sudden you're upset about it. I'm not sure why. We're just simply following your lead. You got what you wanted. Let's enjoy it.
Dating, it's so much fun, right? You get to spend hours making the perfect online profile, swipe through hundreds of possible matches, and then get ghosted by everyone. And don't forget the fun of making awkward small talk over drinks with a stranger who may or may not be a serial killer. Trudy, it's a magical experience, but society tells us that dating is great and that finding the one will make our lives complete. Wife, happy life, am I right? And married life is just a non-stop parade of unicorns and rainbows, except when it's not, because let's face it, dating is a game. It's a never-ending cycle of disappointment, rejection, and disappointment again. Just when you think you've found someone worth sticking around for, they turn out to be Wikipedia says the following. It's a stage of romantic relationships where two people do things together, like awkward conversations and trying to decide who should pay for dinner. It's like a job interview, but with more anxiety and less chance of getting hired. Also, don't forget about the cultural differences in dating, because what's more romantic than accidentally offending someone by not knowing their customs? Even though dating can be fun, a lot of men are giving up and saying it's not worth it. Who can blame them? Who wants to spend their nights swiping through a never-ending stream of possible matches only to hear crickets? Maybe these men have finally realized that being single and learning how to order takeaway is a much better use of their time. If not, maybe they're just tired of the endless games and drama that come with dating. I'll keep this movie short because, let's be honest, if you're watching this, you're probably putting off using your favorite dating app. But hey, at least you can take a look at this. Comfort in the fact that you're not alone in your dating struggles. We're all in this together. Let's talk about dating. Shall we first and foremost, let's acknowledge that there is absolutely zero benefit to this whole charade. The amount of time and effort required to find a suitable partner has equivalent to the amount of time it takes for a sloth to climb a tree. And we all know how that ends, not to mention the ridiculous expectations placed on men from initiating conversations, to making first aid plans, to paying for meals, and women, they just have to show up and pretend to be interested. What a deal, no wonder so many guys are opting to hang out with Pamela Anderson instead. I mean, who needs the hassle of dating when you can just stare at a poster of a Baywatch babe all day? But let's not forget about the financial burden of dating, especially if you plan on eating out suddenly. That $200 bill in New York City is looking like a barring compared to the emotional toll of being ditched mint 8 and stuck with the tab. And don't even get me started on the female tendency to exaggerate their attractiveness. She said in her dating profile that she was 5'5" and 130 pounds, but in fact she's more like 5'3" and 220 pounds. That's like ordering a salad and getting a double cheeseburger. Not cool at all. The dating game. It can be really annoying, especially when women seem to think too highly of themselves. I mean, they might get 100 messages a day on dating apps, but let's be honest, most of them are only a 4 on a good day. They shouldn't expect to be treated like royalty just because they're getting attention from desperate guys. And speaking of desperate guys, if you're not tall, rich, or flashy, good luck getting any responses on those apps. It seems like women only care about satisfying their own desires these days. They have a sense of entitlement, thinking they deserve. But let's not forget about Chad, that guy in the top 1% who always seems to have the ladies swimming. It's not like the rest of us can compete with that, and the internet makes it even worse. The most advanced male internet users are luring in all the ladies, leaving the rest of us in the dust. Sometimes dating feels like a game, with all the lies, ghosting, and flaking. Who the hell has time for all that? Try doing it the right way.